particular actions in like the early Italian tradition is kind of all over the place in terms of like the context of when you do it, how you do it, so on and so forth. But there's only a few limited examples of I see people doing the actions where I'd be like, that was that in terms of non-compliant fencing. So the takeaway for today is going to be how to do that. Okay, at least that's the goal of the class. The takeaway that I would like for you to have specifically, I'd like to give what I would like you to most take from this class. If you learn anything away at the beginning, because that just seems like a good class. So there's two things. All right, identifying when the opponent has committed to an action. In this case, it's going to be a thrust. And knowing when to say for you to make a committed action because your opponent has committed. Those are the two things we're going to be worried about. When you know how to do that, you will know how to do these things against a person who's trying to stab you in the fucking face. Any questions on that?
Yes, sir.
No? Okay, so the exchange and the break are really not complicated. They're both explained in Fiore and in Body. Okay, but Fiore is a lot more particular, or at least, excuse me, a lot more, how would I say, he writes it out as an actual play, whereas Body just kind of makes a little bit of a reference to it in terms of his text. There will be folks that will argue that like it's not the exchange because of the fact that it's written in like a little bit more of a prosy type way, and that it is more so a kind of just like an explanation of good fencing, but like it's both that and it is also a reference to these two actions. Okay. So how are we going to start practicing this? We're going to be trying to constrict our environment down to learn the most simple way of getting to these two actions using a set of 3 games that are going to cover both the exchange and both the break. Okay. So the first one is really fucking straightforward. It's a game called Snare Hit. All right. There are a set attacker and defender roles. Can I have an attacker, please? Who would like to? Oh, thank you. And I'm always very happy when what costs me. He is very, very good at it. Okay. Give us some space now. Make sure that you can see both of us. So, here's the deal. Okay, Wook is going to start in a low point in length thrusting guard. Fucking great. Now, I have 2 options, okay? I'm either going to be in pulse with Arcone. Alright, so dominant foot forward, sword at the on the left side of my head, okay, like so. Or, if you are more of an earlier Italian fencer, you can go into Donna, okay? There are differences between these things, but for our purposes, we can fundamentally do the same action. Now, Wook here has a little bit more constriction on what he can do. Okay? What I want you to do, all right, is I want you to stab me high in the chest while keeping your hands at your hip level. Can you do that?
Yep. Ready?
Yep. Great. That's what I want. I just also realized I need to put on my crochet. So we're going to go through this, and then I'm going to throw that on. Okay. And my job here, I'm going to be writing just for a second, is I want to try to make Wook's thrust miss without moving. I cannot move myself, I can't move backwards. Without moving backwards, with as little force as possible. That's what I'm trying to do. All right, so Wook, give me no stab. What I want is just to try to make Wook's thrust miss. Oh, I blocked that with my blade. I can't teach you that. Yeah. I just want to try to make it miss with as little force as possible. All right, just a snare hit. Go. Just a quick little pop. All right, just to start off with. Now I'm going to give you 3. Okay, ready? With as little force as possible. If you get hit, consider that a point for the a point for the attacker. We're going to do this to like 5 points, okay? As the defender, I get a point if, when Wook thrusts me, okay, I am able to get that point offline. Right? Any questions? Nope. A few So just to reiterate, okay, as the attacker, you cannot bring your hands higher than your hips. I do not want to see shoulder line level thrusts like so. Keep your shit low. Any questions? All right, grab your shit, get to it.